Hold on, what did you just say about Trump?
I said, Trump's a fucking liar. Inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much. Eggs, that's the funny one. The eggs. I'm mad. And I'm a MAGA man. Okay? I don't see anything he's done.
So is it safe to say that the illusion has faded?
I think it has, yes. You know, I was for him because, you know, everything he said, you know, he played right into my hands. He just told us everything we wanted to hear. That's what he did. I can't even stand to look at him because, you know, he's just he's a con. He's a flat ass, nothing but a fucking con. You know, they all the right side, they say, oh yeah, the Biden side was so bad. Well, what's so good about the right side? He brags about doing something with our economy, but I haven't seen anything happen yet. That big beautiful bill is going to add, they say $2.5 trillion. It's going to add about $4 trillion to the debt. The big beautiful bill. Oh, what a joke. Remember what happened in the 80s with trickle-down economics? Yeah. The filthy rich got richer, and us guys that worked for a living paid more taxes. I'm disappointed, for sure. I'm real disappointed.
Lloyd, what's the message?
Jesus died on that cross so we could live, and this is not living.
Amen. I respect that.
So wait, you voted for deportations, but you didn't think it would come with actual deportations? So let me get this straight. You stood 10 toes down behind a man that was yelling mass deportation. You wore the shirt, you waved the flag, you reposted the meme. But now that Maria from down the street that brings you tamales every week is on that ICE list, now you're talking about, wait, this ain't what we meant. Ma'am, sir, yes, it is. Y'all love harsh policies when it's aimed at strangers or people you don't like. But as soon as it taps someone in your church group or Lil Liam's favorite soccer coach, then all of a sudden we got a problem. The math all of a sudden ain't mathing. Y'all ordered the combo meal of cruelty with extra sauce and y'all mad it came with a side of guilt? Ain't no refunds on fascism, baby. You wanted the smoke. Don't act surprised when the house catches fire. You voted for it, and now you got it.
If there are people who have really suffered in the hands of the United States citizens, they are the MAGA supporters. If you go on any social media platform, you will hear people complaining about MAGA supporters. I mean, they're saying, you are the source of our problems. You are the source of the United States problem. Because we warned you, these things were going to happen, but you did not want to listen. Now you are here complaining. You go on Twitter, you scroll, you see Trump has launched another tariff. Trump has deployed tariff wars. The ICE raids are there. The immigrants are being taken away with chains. There is mass deportation, new bills, cost of living. Farmers are literally crying. They are going bankrupt. And in the comment section, you will just hear a person saying, we blame the MAGA supporters. Why? Because we told them, if you vote for this man, these things are going to happen. Rain or shine, whether you like it or not. But in reality, you didn't want to listen. Now, eat your humble pie. Why are you even crying? And we warned you. You voted for it. Now, you have it. In this video, I want us to look some of these hilarious videos and clips of these people responding to MAGA supporters who are literally crying and regretting their votes for Trump. In this video, I want us to watch the videos. And hey, if you're new here, remember to subscribe to this channel. And guess what, guys? 7 days in it and we are at 100 subscribers. Be the 101 subscribers. Let's watch this video together, and then at the end I will be giving my commentaries.
I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but a lot of people are saying they're leaving MAGA now and they're angry at Trump. And I'm like, why all of a sudden they're talking about the Iran war and Trump getting involved? Some people are complaining that the groceries, inflation, gas prices, the economy pretty much has not improved like Trump promised. Day one, he was going to lower everything, make all your dreams come true, all the bullshit. So a lot of people are realizing that the economy is not improving. I mean, I don't know what you MAGAs do when you go to the grocery store. You look the other way, pretend that the prices aren't going up for the most things, the most items. A few items have gone down, but not significantly where you can say, wow, I can really feel in my wallet that things are improving. So I guess the last straw for MAGA was the war. That Trump might be getting into a war and MAGA can handle it, can stand it, because they don't want another war. And Trump promised no wars. But you MAGAs were okay when he said, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Jimmy goes to school. 4 days later, he comes back with an operation and he's now Julie. All these lies, you guys were okay with it. So you're okay. I mean, you're leaving MAGA. You're abandoning Trump. You're mad at Trump. But you're still racist? You're still homophobic? Xenophobic? You're still enjoying seeing immigrants being deported, families separated, people crying on the streets because their family are being torn apart, and you guys are, that's what I voted for. So you're leaving MAGA with all that baggage, right? So you're not changing. You're the same. It's just because you're mad at Trump, right? You're not realizing, wow, I was in the cult. Wow, I can't believe that I had that perception against the LGBTQ. So you're not acting like that, right, MAGA? The thing was the war. Oh, and the grocery price is not going down, but the war did it, right? Everything else, you're going to take it with you. You're going to still be you. Yeah, no, that's not going to fly.
MAGA is not nearly scared enough about what's coming down the pipeline. And I am so frustrated because I'm trying not to let this be an emotional drain. But I was talking to a triple Trumper who lives in the radius of Washington, D.C., and basically sent them an article that said, hey, are you aware of what's going on in D.C. right now? Are you aware that Trump has militarized D.C. and that the mayor of D.C. is currently suing the administration for basically taking over? And their response was, well, the crime in DC needed to be addressed, and maybe Trump handled it poorly. Maybe he's just addressing it in a knee-jerk reaction, but that's just what happens when you have a businessman in office who likes to get things done. Meanwhile, I'm over here and I'm thinking about, okay, is my passport current? My daughter needs a passport. Is my husband's passport current? What's our plan for getting out of here? Because Trump has already talked about militarizing Chicago and other major cities. Also, this triple Trumper has no idea what the far-reaching consequences of this overreach of power are. And they voted for him 3 times and they're completely in the dark. And I just want them to feel some of the dread and anxiety that I've been dealing with every day since November of last year. Is that too much to ask for, or am I a shitty person?
Anytime I see a member of the Latin community who says they regret voting for Trump, my first instinct, because I am an empath, is to empathize with them. But then instantly I'm like, no, I can't. Because they had no empathy for their own people. And for me, that just doesn't sit right with me. There are a lot of decisions in life that we can make right on. We can't go back in time, but we can make right on a lot of the decisions that we make. But when you make a decision like that, there really is no coming back. Everything right now that's going on in LA, it truly saddens me. As someone who has a lot of friends who are Latin, born and raised in LA, I can only imagine how they feel. Earlier today, I saw a girl who posted about her regret for voting for Trump because her dad is now being deported. She asked for him to get a medical early release so he could come back. She posted her phone call and she was denied over the phone. And I do feel sorry for her. But at the same time, you made this decision. You wanted to be on that side of history, and now this is what's happening.
I feel like the black people that voted for Trump, honestly, I feel like y'all just wanted to be better than all the other black people. Y'all thought that, that you would be picked and it would be you and you were going to be better than everybody else. So that's why y'all voted for Trump. And because you can't admit that you're wrong, a lot of y'all are still standing on, that whole MAGA shit. Y'all don't believe in that shit. Y'all just felt like y'all were better than everybody else. because you got your little change in your pocket or whatever fuck bullshit ass promise that he done made that you just believe wholeheartedly, and that's why you guys are supporting Trump. Because I don't see any real black people actually supporting Trump. I see the people that want to be or that hate themselves, and that's why y'all are supporting Trump. That's the only reason y'all are supporting him. So let's call a spade, okay, baby? You're not better than everybody else because you voted for Trump. You're just stupid.
Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you had a good day. I hope you had a great weekend. I actually went outside, had to go over to my daughter's house to do something, and came home and said, well, that's enough. I'm not going back out there again till it cools down. Really looking forward to some fall weather. This heat, I don't like this heat. Been a lot of storms. Nebraska's been getting hit a lot too. I love a good storm. So I'm kind of pissed off that this was the year for Nebraska to get those storms when I'm not there. But you know, that's life. What I learned off watching TikToks today, I heard somebody report that President Trump went on Truth Social and told all the homeless people to get off the streets in Washington, D.C. And I'm sure all those homeless people that were sitting around on the park bench by a tree, anywhere, scrolling on their phone, looking at Truth Social, go, oh, goodness, the president has warned me, I must move. Yeah, like, really? Do you really think that's a place to advertise that? And my question is, why? Why should they? Why are you treating homeless people like criminals? This I don't understand. You put a lot of people, you, the President of the United States, put a lot of those people on the streets with all the crap that you're pulling. So if you don't like to look at them, too damn bad. Then I've been seeing a lot more ranchers and farmers coming on just whining and complaining because they're going to lose their farms because, you know, they voted for Trump and look, and now those people won't come work for us. Well, what did you think was going to happen when you ship away all the immigrants? Or you believed him when he said it was just going to be the criminals? You know, every day when you do this, when you come on here and you say, but I voted for him, I really thought he was going to make America great. Yeah, show us your faces so we know the stupid people to stay away from. I'm sorry, but I lived in Nebraska. I listened to these freaking ranchers talking about how it was going to be so great to get rid of all these immigrants. One of the ranchers that was like that had a produce farm, where on his farmland he had trailers for the immigrants to come stay while they worked on his farm. You know, but of course that's the same man that had to pay a fine because they discovered that he wasn't paying the workers the Social Security money and all that stuff because, you know, they won't report it, so why should I pay it? You know, that kind of thing. So, anyway, every day I wake up and I say to myself, we're going to hear some good news today. The best news we could hear, I don't know. But if every day we chip away a little bit more at this regime's control, is the best thing we can see. I am finally happy to see the Democrats actually stepping forward. Instead of talking, they're actually doing stuff. We've got a long ways to go, but I appreciate now what they're trying to do. Let's hope they keep the momentum. Just my opinion.
But let's be honest, I think Trump is a very honest man. Although some of them tells him he's a liar. Why am I saying this? Remember the time when Trump was campaigning? He told us very clear. I remember. He told us that the immigrants in US will be deployed back to their homes, will be deported. He told us the tariffs, of course, they will increase. He told us that his plan was to make America great again. But now, indeed, he's making America great again. Why? Because the things he's doing, the MAGA people are really, really enjoying it. Sarcastically, though. Now, jokes aside, it is really, really the problems of the people of the United States lies in the hands of the MAGA supporters. Why? Because I remember very well, you guys warned the MAGA supporters, telling them that this man is going to do this and this and this. They didn't want to listen. And now Trump has come out with tariffs. We've seen farmers going bankrupt, Nebraska, farmers in Miami, truck drivers. There is a lot of racial war. There is a lot of black profiling in the United States. There is a lot of policies. There is a lot of immigration policies, border policies. There is a lot of deportation happening, immigrants deportation, mass deportation. There is a lot of ICE raids. People are now living in fear. You now see they have also criminalized homelessness in United States. The other day he told us that his intention is to make America more beautiful and more cleaner, especially DC, and he deployed the troops, over 1,000 troops, to go and cleanse the streets. That is to say, the homelessness were taken somewhere else. I mean, being homeless is like a crime. I mean, when did homelessness become a crime in the United States? That is what they are literally saying. Because if you take away the homeless people, where do you want them to go? And he also said that those who will not comply, they have a special place in prison. And all this that is happening in the United States, all these people who are affected, the immigrants, the homeless people, those who are suffering in the hands of Donald Trump due to high cost of living, those who are suffering because of high tariffs, those who are suffering, the farmers who are literally crying and going bankrupt because of Donald Trump, their blame is now going to the MAGA supporters. Because they warned them, they said, you know, we told you nothing is going to be great again, but you really insisted and went ahead and voted for this man. Now he's doing this to us. What do you want us to do? We should just blame you. And to the MAGA supporters who are literally crying, it is true that the people of the United States tried to warn you. But you took this warn for granted. You took these warnings as PR or campaign strategies for us to vote for Kamala. But I believe if Kamala was in this, okay, no one is an angel, by the way, in politics. No one is an angel. But I believe Kamala will have done better. You guys were saying Biden was the worst, but I believe all these things, some of them are not happening during Biden's tenure. But those are just my comments. I don't want to dig into deeper, but I want you to tell me what you think. Do you think the problems the people of the United States are facing should be pinned on the MAGA supporters who literally voted for Trump even after them warning them? Or do you think it is just another day United States of people just trying to live? Because nowadays United States surviving is winning. And for the homeless people, what do you think should the strategy could have been? Because being homeless, it is not, when God created us, he didn't create us, he created us equal. But when it comes to possessions, no one is equal. There must be some rich people, there must be some poor people, so that the rich can help the poor. There must be people who have homes, and there must be people who are homeless. And now that is nature. But Donald Trump is criminalizing homelessness now. He's telling the homeless people, if you don't comply to our arrests, we'll take you in a special place in prison where you belong. I mean, that is so inhuman. So guys, do you think that all this thing could have been better if the MAGA supporters could have listened? Or what do you think, guys? Tell me in the comment section. Let's have a great and wonderful discussion, and see you in the next video. Subscribe and adios.